bootcamp खत्म हुँदै अस्ति एउटा जोइन भयो
हेरौँ न के रहेछ
टिकट गरेको थिएँ मैले
सामान हाम्रो कहिले आउनु लाग्यो आज बिहान हो भोक कहिले हिँड्ने अरे
Hi, is Mageshwaran? Hi, Mageshwaran, is this you?
Yeah.
Mageshwaran, can you just transfer your this thing, host thing to me? It by mistake went to you. This is Vishwas here.
Okay, just give me a second.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Guys, we'll be starting in a minute. Guys, can we all be on mute?
Hi, can you just keep your mic on mute for time being?
Hi guys, is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, okay. So I'm going to proceed. So hello and welcome to our data analyst slash data engineering bootcamp orientation. All right. My computer is stuck. All right. So the agenda for today is, obviously we'll go through, about our company, Wynisco. We'll understand, you'll also have a thorough understanding of the entire process, right from the time your trial session starts all the way to the end, whether you get placed with us or not. I will also go through our payment model. We will be going through our class schedule. We also have our instructors on this call, so we'll be introducing you to both the instructors. So we have two instructors and they have like different curriculums that they'll be covering. So I'm here, I manage all the boot camps. So they would be the right people to ask. Any curriculum related questions would go to them. And in the end of the session, obviously, we'll have open Q&A. It's a request to everyone to not ask any personal questions, pertaining to your visa, bank account, etc. If it is any scenario-based question, which is kind of generic, which you think that, even others would have a query, then, please feel free to ask. Nonetheless, at the end of the session, I would also give you my contact number. So, what's that?
आवाज कट हो रहा है मेरा
अच्छा आवाज मेरा कट हो रहा है ओके अब आ रही है आवाज कैन यू हियर मी हेलो any better guys Vishwas, are you having a hard time hearing me?
No, it's all right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and in the end,
No, it's good.
Okay, and in the end, of course, we'll have open Q&A. So and wherever I feel that there could be more questions, I'll always pause and ask you guys, if you have any questions. So let's get started. First of all, thank you everyone for coming here on Saturday, on Sunday evening and doing this. So without any further ado, let's move on. Okay, now I don't know. One second, this is stuck again. All right. So about Wynisco, so we actually officially started in 2018, but honestly speaking, the backstory goes to way, I have been personally doing this for more than 10 to 15 years, along with a lot of people in Wynisco who are directly or indirectly involved. We have been, in general, helping out friends, family, friends, whenever they had any employment related questions, just because of our network and just overall, where we were in our lives. At that point, we used to get a lot of queries, helped out a lot of people that I can think of. So, it's a request. Just two things here. I know it's a Sunday evening. So in case if, you guys are like tied up and if you might drop out in some time, and if you're really interested, there will be a recording of this session. And also, if you are already not part of our WhatsApp group, please make sure that you add yourself or, message your email address and phone number to Vishwas. Please don't put it on a group chat, but you can just send it to Vishwas, once again, your email address and your phone number. And we will make sure we add you to the group, to the WhatsApp group. That's where we'll be communicating all the links, Zoom links, recordings. You'll have access to the free trial recordings for, if you come and join. So please make sure to do that in case if you're going to drop off. This is our company's website, wynisco.com. So please feel free to go through that as well. Do check us out on LinkedIn. The reason I say this is even if today, for whatever reasons, if things don't click, please stay in touch with us. Do send your resume, because just in general, we do a lot of pro bono work. Like I said, even before starting the company, we were doing this. So whenever we can help people out, but obviously it's on priority basis, because we get more than 50 requests every day on LinkedIn. So whenever and wherever we can help in terms of if it's an urgent matter, we can definitely try and help you if we have that capacity. If we have any client or just in general, we can help you out, so feel free to always message us. We are here to help you out. So these are the companies that where most of our students have, where they have gotten placed. Unfortunately, I do not have the time to update this. So we probably have 20 more companies that are not added here. So these are the places where students got placed, mostly JP Morgan, multiple, and also in some companies we have multiple people who got hired. And this is just an FYI that other than this boot camp today that we'll be going through, we also do quality assurance boot camp and also front end development boot camp. So if you have any friends, family, anyone who's interested, feel free to send them out to us. Like I said, we do free trial sessions. If nothing, they will learn a lot even in that free trial session here. So let's move on to the next here. So overall, I will just tell you the scenario of how things are going on with our current bootcamp. And like I said, we do this day in, day out. So many students, so many stories every day go through us. So obviously, we have seen a significant slowdown, in last 1 month and specifically in last 2 weeks, wherein it's just people. It's getting a little difficult. The best time to be in the market was last year around December, January, February, when people even with, we did see like even an average student get a good pay, good job, even with like very less effort. But now we can see that we need to put in a lot of effort. So we'll also talk about new modules that we have been we have added to this bootcamp. And we have also we'll also actually can we, Vishwas, can you just make sure everybody else is on mute if you're the host here?
You're the host.
Oh, I'm the host. I'll have to personally go and let me.
Or just give me a second. I'll reclaim the host.
Yeah. All right. And also, okay. Also, it is kind of, a date, just in general, getting a job as a data analyst is sort of definitely, it's way more tough to, get a job here, because there are a lot of students, a lot of people want to move here. So there's a lot of this tough competition, like based on, we also do, like I mentioned, front end. So relatively data analyst, it takes time and it's a little, challenging to get a job. So moving on to the next slide. So about the process, right? So I'm going to go through the process, that how it works right from the beginning. So today we have our orientation today. Your class is going to start from Tuesday, since it's a long weekend. So we start on Tuesday. It's going to be both morning, evening class, rigorous sessions, like, 2.5 hour each. Don't worry about the timing, and all the details will be given to you, but let's focus here just on the process here. So we will be, in this entire process, from the time we start on Tuesday, you have time until Sunday to decide whether you would like to go ahead with us or not. And also, it's not just that, whether you would like to go ahead with us or not. It also depends on, do you have the capacity to manage, and attend 2.5 hour classes. We expect you to attend at least one of the 2 classes regularly in person. And obviously, we do realize that you probably have a part-time job or a full-time job. So in that case, you could probably skip one of the classes. You no need to attend in person, but there will be recordings. So you can always attend the next class, take the recordings, and wherever possible, once we come closer to placement, you can get few sessions with the instructor, in case if you missed out, you need some help, wherever possible. So like I said, so until Sunday, please make the most of this. It's free. Do come. Morning, evening classes, you will also have the recordings. And by Sunday, you pretty much have to make up your mind whether you would like to go ahead with us or not. And the whole process works this way. If you decide to go ahead with us, I'll go through how I will run through the contract also, but later on. Once you sign the contract with us and you are full-time into this, the classes, like I said, would be every week, 5 days a week, morning, evening, and overall, while we run our boot camps, you will have a lot of people who are in similar boat. We do a lot of peer-to-peer interview review sessions. And also, you would be like, hey, I have a $10 Udemy course that I can go and do. But let's if you're that sincere, and I would say then there are many better courses out there than what we do. But this course in particular is where it's obviously studying together, a lot of people with like yourself in similar boat. So a lot of we create groups wherein there's a lot of helping one another. Obviously we have like awesome instructors here, because we were able to place students through them, and they've done a great job so far. Apart from the two instructors that we'll be meeting today, we also have other instructors who would help you out with mock sessions. So that way we make sure that you're exposed to as many people, and you get different point of view. There will also be guest lectures in between. I can't promise you there always will be, but whenever we do get any people with similar background, we do conduct guest sessions in between for networking, or overall seeing their perspective, what are they thinking. So a lot of things go into the entire bootcamp, this entire package. Apart from that, like I mentioned, the recruitment effort kind of starts between 4th to 7th week. So it really depends on how well you're doing, and where exactly you stand. Once we get started, we keep getting constant feedback from the instructors that we obviously get to know that these two are the brightest students, or these three. Whenever we have the best students, we start the marketing right away, which is usually during the 4th week. And then obviously by just brightest, I don't mean like bright, but it's always like sometimes you have your part-time job, full-time job, whatever it is that you're not able to commit those many hours. So it might take a little longer for you, around close to 7th week. So once we are around the 7th week, that's when pretty much everyone's marketing process starts. And by marketing, I mean your mock interview sessions will start with the instructors. We also get these other mock instructors I spoke about. They'll all be in the picture. Constant feedback. We also upgrade your soft skills. We make sure that you're presentable. If you already have experience, then obviously we don't have to put in that much of time and effort. But if you're kind of a fresher, a lot of time and effort goes into making sure you're interview ready, to look really responsible. And we'll be going through that during the entire the free trial session. So I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Once we are in that zone that we start your marketing process, one dedicated consultant is assigned for your application, wherein they do anywhere between 100 to 200, sometimes 50 actually. Let me just start, like anywhere between 50 to 200 applications per day. Once we are through that process, 2 weeks into it, you will start getting calls, and you have to be full-time into this to be able to take calls from the recruiters. Your calendar is pretty much going to look something like this. Let me show you if I have that here. I think so. This is actually a screenshot from one of our students in the past. So this is what your calendar is going to look like, because when we do so many applications, which is like kind of technically impossible, if you were to do it yourself, and a lot of your precious time goes into just studying and preparing for the interview. You don't have to worry about doing more, because when we are in that zone, shall I apply or study, or what am I supposed to do? You're like torn apart. But here you at least don't have to worry about the application process, because that will go on smoothly from our end. Also, we do have a lot of quizzes, a lot of constant feedback from instructors. So we do pay a lot of attention, like if there are to make sure everything is going the way it's intended to go. Like I said, it's faster for some, and also it also depends on the timing. Sometimes things get slow. There's a slowdown, like around end of the year, by December. If you're in the job market, it's kind of slow, but you end up getting offers for the next year. So it also depends. I will be very honest that it also depends on when your marketing starts. You might get really lucky also. If there are like a lot of job openings, so timing also matters here. You do have access to the instructors, and we'll be going through the preparation. Mock interview, like I said, and also just so that you guys know that we will be starting this kind of it's a more on an starting this sort of from scratch. But if there are any folks on this call who are sort of like, let's say, mid-level engineers. So we do have another parallel program, not this one, but something parallel to this. So we can definitely talk about it later on. So if you were looking to upgrade your, move on to a better role, or, a better position, or whatever it is, we can talk about this later on. You have my contact information, but for this is mostly for like starters, like you have a degree, but not much of experience, like, 1 to 2 years, of anywhere between 0 to 2 years is, what you could be looking into this. Next. So now I'll be going through the contract process, right? So I explained the entire process, that's generally how the whole process will look like. But and also around, it takes around anywhere between 0 to 90 days for you to get placed. And once you get placed, obviously we stop the marketing process and you're good to go. And we only get you placed in full-time jobs. This is not a consultancy. You don't work on our payroll. You'll be working directly with whatever company. We'll be applying to all the openings on LinkedIn and all these other job portals. And also, we, apart from what we do, we also would like to hear from you, if there are any specific openings where you would like to apply. So we take care of that as well. So this is our ISA link. So now I'll be going through the contract. So like I mentioned, it's a trial for 1 week, but starting Sunday, right? Like, so Tuesday, your classes will start. You have time until Friday where the classes will go on. So you have 4 days of time to, decide whether this works for you or not. Because like I said, sometimes it's just too much. It's too overwhelming for some people to attend those many hours. So either ways, like I said, there's no questions asked. You can come and attend this. By the end of the this week, you should know, starting Monday, by Sunday, next Sunday, you should know, whether you want to go ahead with this or not. So if you decide to go ahead with this, number one, just before we start, it's like there's a $50 application fee, and this is the application. So when you apply to us, you apply through this portal called Leaf. And just in case, like, if you have any inhibitions, oh my God, all of my, personal data and this and that would be shared here. This is like kind of like the new thing. It's not sort of new, but it might be new for some people. Some people are already aware of this, but there's something called income share agreement. A lot of colleges, Purdue, Princeton, you name it, any big universities, big tech boot camps, they're doing this these days. Nobody wants to pay upfront, and then they charge you on like success based scenario. Like if you get a job, then you pay them. So similarly, Leaf, huge company, look them up on Crunchbase. This is our contracting partner. They have more than 100 million in funding. So do not worry about applying through this process, because I will tell you all the information that will be asked from you. This is safe. They take they take guarantee of this. And so anything, like I said, just to feel comfortable about this, leave.org, look them up on Crunchbase, and then probably you would know where exactly these people stand. So once you decide to come with us, this is your first step here, that you will start your application process. So you will create an account with leaf.org, which essentially means, so payment, right? Actually, before I go into contract and the details, payment is this is what it looks like. Like I said, $50 application fee to run your application. Let's say 3 months into your program, you get placed. So this is what you're looking at, right? Your median salary is 50,000. So let's say you get a job, and you get a job at like 45,000, right? So in that case, you don't owe us anything. You continue working there. You don't owe us anything at all. Minimum what you're looking at is 50,000, right? Only if you get a job which is like 50,000 plus, then it's only then that you will, you would pay us. Like, for example, I'll just move this cursor here. So if you see until 80, 48, 49, 50, there's zero. And then suddenly when you reach 51 onwards, you would see what your monthly payment is, right? Like, let me reach. So your monthly payment at 50,000 would be 625 for 12 months. And which essentially means the total of 7,500 you will pay us over the period of 12 months. Again, if I move forward, let's say if your salary is 91K, you will be paying us this for 12 months. And the total of this at the end of the year is 13,000. So I'll, we have kept a range of 130K. The highest pay so far, one of our student, I mean, was like 150K. So when she got that job, she's like, this is the maximum I have to pay. I'm like, unfortunately, we never expected anyone to get above 150. And this is just in general from leave, so that we don't have any control over this. So it ends at 130K. So obviously, if you get more, you'll be paying more over the period of 12 months, but it's capped at 20,000. So let's say even if you were to go above that, a little above that, probably I think 145K is a cap. You won't be paying us more than 20,000. That's if you get a 130K job. But on an average, median is like, between recently, what I'll just talk about recent placements, so at full time. So it's about, this is what you're looking at. Just put this. Okay. Next, this is how you create your application with Leaf. We don't have access to any of this data here. Your email, password, SSN, none of it comes to us. The only thing that I see on my end through my interfaces, I would see your name, email address, your address, that's it, and your phone number, maybe, that's all. The rest of the things are like hidden. Also, if you have a current job, you don't owe any payment to us, because you will go on industry deferment, which means you don't start paying. Because, if you already have a job, data job, and you're looking to upgrade it, or if you have a college on campus job, or you have any sort of like whatever full-time job, you're working into something, working for as something else, like let's say you're into, just to make this example easy, you're into QA, and now you want to move onto data side. So in that case, you don't owe us anything. You will go on industry deferment until you get a job through us. Moving on to the next thing here. This is what the agreement is. You will submit this agreement. It usually takes 1 day before it comes to us, and your agreement is confirmed. Let me go back to my presentation now. So that's what your contract means. So when you say that on Friday, on Sunday, next Sunday, when you join our, you decide to join us, this was the ISA link. I just explained you what the contract is. Also, the class starts on Tuesday. $50, like I mentioned, before you run through Leaf, you decide to come with us, there's a $50 application fee. That's all you pay us until you get a job. Next, like I said, I'm just going to go through this one more time. Like, it's a 5 to 6 week project, process. First is the boot camp, the tech boot camp, morning, evening classes, very rigorous, very aggressive, a lot of homework. Next is, your market project. Then there would be like another person might come in and do like, real life project with you guys, so that you understand what it is really like. Then we build your resume, we work on your LinkedIn profile. So that kind of starts around 5th week. In the end, marketing, like I mentioned, it takes between 4 to 12 weeks to get you an offer. Next, these are the class timings. So data analysis, right? So as a data analyst, this curriculum will be covered by Prem, and the timings are 9:30 p.m. Eastern every day at night for 2 to 2.5 hours, Sunday through Thursday. We also have Sparsh, who specializes more on the data engineering side, and he would be conducting these classes. The timings are 12:30 p.m. Eastern noon, and the classes are 2 to 2.5 hours. Once again, Monday through Friday. So just remember, since this is morning, it's going to be Monday to Friday, and this is Sunday through Thursday. You'll kind of get a hang of it once you go through the trial session, so you would know what it is like. So the training methodology. So like I said, we have the SMEs here, both Prem and Sparsh. So, we'll get started. Actually, we'll get started with, we have Rehan. Actually, before we get started with anyone else, we have Rehan on this call, who just got placed actually, through us. So Rehan, if you're here, we would like you to, come in and just speak for a couple of minutes, and give an honest feedback, tell the pros and the cons of joining us. So are you here, Rehan?
Hi, I'm here. This is Rehan.
Yeah, Rehan. Yes.
Yeah. So hi guys. So I am the one who's just recently got placed, and I will say that the bootcamp was very nice. It was like a lot of things to learn here. So since you guys are here right now, I was there previously some time ago on this call, and I was also feeling the same thing, that whether I should join this bootcamp or not. But I think the decision I made to join this bootcamp was a nice one. And also, like I will say about the instructor, I was like working with Dwayne, and so he was a very nice instructor. So the classes was very nice. I had a lot of doubts with him, which I shared. Like I always have doubts, and he was like clarifying my doubts in a nice way. And also during the session as well, like we were solving homeworks and working on projects, like to get the insights on like what is right and how to write the program and queries. So he was very honest and he helped me a lot, like all the members like who were there in the bootcamp. And it was nice to learn because it was a two-way learning. The instructor was giving his best, and also from my side, also like I also was keep like putting in more time into these things, and it was very nice. Like I got to learn a lot, and I also was able to improve my technical skills, which I was lacking previously. And I think that gave me a confidence, like going to the interviews and stuff. And the team from Wynisco was very nice. They were like constantly asking me whether you're feeling good, how is your progress going on, and if you need any help, just let me know. Just let us know so that we can provide you with the same. And I will say it was a very nice experience. I think that you guys should be focusing on, because I had my technical skills were lacking, and that's why like I was not able to get over my interviews and stuff. But then when I joined this bootcamp, I was just focusing on my technical skills and just practicing a lot of time, getting a lot of issues and errors every time, because since I'm also a beginner, like, but yeah, so Prem helped me a lot. And yeah, I would say that I'm in a very good position right now. So yeah, that is my feedback. Like, but it was a very nice experience in this boot camp. I think the Prem is a very nice instructor. You will get to learn a lot with him. And also, if you have some questions, he's definitely there to help you guys. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Rehan. You got a job, and thanks for coming here on Sunday evening.
No
You're
problem.
probably
No problem.
celebrating, so you have to put a pause here. And thanks a lot. We really appreciate you coming here on this call. So, guys, we're going to get started with Prem. So, Prem is more on the data analyst side. So, he's going to talk about himself, and he's going to go through the curriculum. And once we're done with that, we'll start with Sparsh. So, Prem, are you here? You may have to share your screen to show the curriculum and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, you're here.
Hi,
All
everyone.
right.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and I'm going to.
Yes.
All right. So I think. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, Prem. Yeah. All yours.
Yeah. My screen is visible?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, hi, everyone. Good evening. And welcome to Wynisco. And just I'm going through we are planning your content. So I will give a brief idea, and after that I will take your questions. So first of all, my background, I am having 6+ years of experience as a data scientist, and I have trained almost 300+ students across, and successfully we have placed 165+ students. Key area of a key skill, Python, Pandas, and NumPy. That is my key area. I worked basically on ETL side and data analysis side. In my current profile, I have involved in end-to-end development of ETL tool, where we use totally Pandas and NumPy in the backend, because we have to create extraction, transformation, and loader. So in-house tool, you are aware about the Apache, Kafka, Informatica, and Azure tool. Similarly, we have built in-house ETL tool and involved end-to-end development. And I worked on the finance business side, where we use a transformation using Pandas and Power BI tool to visualize the data. Work on the couple of more project like sales data to analyze the sales figure. And involved in recently we have built one product that is called as document classification, invoice processing unit, where we classify the document, where we use NLP and OCR, PyTested, and AWS API also for data extraction. And for some time we have to analyze the data of the competitor. The data is not available in a market, so we use web scraper to scrap the data from the web pages. So this is very popular nowadays, scrapping data from the web pages, because data is not in available in that format, or no one is giving as an API their data. So we use scrapping also. Now for data analysis skill required. So first, domain understanding is very important because you are going to analyze the data. So first of all, you have to understand what exactly domain you are working, right? If you don't know very good in domain, it's very difficult to do the analysis and get the good insight from that data. Second, logic building skill is required. So here we will help you how you can build your self to good in a good logic building. Day by day, we are help you in a session how you can focus on your logic building skill. Then third is what Python programming. So for Python programming, I will help you deep. If you see a lot of YouTube video, there is only basics videos, right? Once you, I will show you after that this all 8 points. I will show you how question set we are providing and what are the problem set we are going to solve after the Python programming. Then we take the pandas for a data cleaning and all the data operations, transformations, and then NumPy, all the numerical calculation, all the mathematical operations. Then very important point, 6.1, that is advanced SQL. So for the placement point of view, you will get a lot of questions from this sections, advanced SQL. So we will go very deep in SQL, and then Matplotlib, Seaborn, and then Power BI tool. So here we will go both code way. First, I will show you how using code, how you can build a pie chart graphs. And after that, we will go very deep in Power BI tool to present our insight. So yes, now I will take your questions. Anyone have please questions? Yeah, feel free to ask the questions.
Yes, hi, Prem. This is Mohammed this side. I just wanted to ask that for the Power BI section, I mean, do we require Power BI or some sort of trial version on our machines as well, or is it just going to be like a virtual session from you where we have to, just follow up with things?
Yes, for Power BI, we get 30 days almost free trial for the practice. After that, we have to go for the license. But for the initial, we will get 30 days for free trial. Mohammed.
Thank you so much for answering my question.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, please.
So Python, until what extent is Python?
Sorry, can you just repeat your questions, please?
So until what extent is Python taught? Like even like the ETL process is taught in it, or how does it?
Can you tell me more detail about your questions? You're asking how detailed we are going in Python, or you're asking how we are using? Okay, I got your question. See, in Python, we are going too detail. All the data structures we are going to cover, all the collections, how we can real time handling the exception in the companies, and then how we can read the text file and CSV file using Python, as well as I will show you using pandas also. And in collection, if you see, there are a lot of functions. We will go all the function in a deep. For example, list data structure almost have 16 types of collection, as well as there are different types of comparison and mathematical operations. So we will go in very deep each and everything. But in the class and advanced OOPS concept, we are not going in deep. For data analysis, we not require too much in OOPS, but I will give an overview of the OOPS concept.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
And even for teaching the ETL development through Python or
okay, this is a tool which I have developed, right? While going through the pandas, I will show you how I developed this tool and how you can use pandas and NumPy to extract the data from the any sources. In sources, I will cover XML, CSV, JSON files, YML files, and database. So these are the sources, how you can extract the data from using pandas, and after that, how you clean the data. And after cleaning, how you apply the business logic over that data, and after applying the business logic and how you upload that data in particular table, from that table how you can export that data for the either Matplotlib, either Power BI for the visualization purpose.
So the tool is already developed, just like Alteryx or Talent. That's what.
No. This tool is basically for an in-house company. Just I'm giving about. I have worked on the ETL development.
Okay.
Tool. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Yes, anyone, please, questions?
So this is Rana, and my question is, sir,
yes.
Do we have to take both classes, like your class, data analysis and data engineering too, or they are both different courses? I'm just trying to understand. So it will be data analysis one course, or they are both the both course, data engineering and data analysis?
Yes. So if you see in data engineering, we are basically covering the tools, right? There are big market tools that is if you say Sega Maker, how to create RDS, how to perform ETL operation using tools, right? So and the data engineering side, most of the we are covering the tools, ready-made tools. There is a uh, RDS and how you can CI/CD. These are the concept we are covering. Here we are totally focusing on the logic and your pandas, NumPy, and analysis side. They are mostly tools is there.
So
Yes,
we
sir.
will have to take both classes, the
Yes.
data engineering one and the data analysis.
Yes. This will help you for the placement purpose because in market there are a lot of tools available.
Okay. And another question is that I live in California and I'm based out of Yuba City, California. So my preference will be to find a job nearby. So do you guys help with that, or how does that work?
Vishwas, I think, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Rana, hi. That we will discuss later on. That's a later part that we will help you out with that thing. Currently, we'll just focus on curriculum part.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Prem, I have a question.
Yes, Srikanth, please.
Yeah. So, Prem, we are covering all these topics from domain understanding till Power BI. Okay,
Yeah.
so for the interview perspectives, so what are the key topics that we are looking for in these sections that you have highlighted? And
Correct, right.
These topics that you have highlighted, like how in-depth interviewer can get in these topics.
Correct.
When it comes
Right.
to like Python and SQL, like SQL is more often considered as a common language for data engineering, data scientist, or data analyst or BI roles, right? So
Agree.
like how deep are we looking into it?
Correct. So yeah. So if you see in my screen, you can see in Python. I'm just clicking on the Python tip. So here we have given all the deep descriptions. Okay. And here interview questions is also there. They are the complicated questions, and these questions we have created for logic building. So here 100 plus questions are there, right? So slowly, I will session by session I will give assignment quizzes, and once you sign with the contract and enroll, then we will share this Excel. Then you will get all the details. We have already ready-made fix. You can see this is for all the pandas, okay, and this is the pandas interview preparations things, and we have similarly for the SQL. So all the things, Srikanth, we have, okay, in detail.
Yeah, that answers my
Okay.
question. Thank you so much, Prem.
Yes. Yes, anybody questions, please? Okay. Yes. So in Python section, so whenever I'm just giving the now high level idea about how we are going in Python. So in Python section, when we are covering, so we are not focusing on the syntax. Our first thing is what, because we have to focus on the logic building. How you, I will give the scenarios, I will give the like questions, and then you have to write the logic. Sometime you will get the question in assignment. Sometime you have to do the live coding, right? So there are 100 plus questions we have prepared, which mostly ask in interview, and based on the feedback we receive, then we have put all the questions here. Similarly for the pandas, and pandas interview questions is there, you can see. And then similarly for the SQL, and then similarly we have SQL interview questions. These are the interview questions. We are directly targeting after the interview questions only. Now, okay. So now if I tell your daily structure, session will be 2 hours, 30 minutes. A daily assignment, you will get 2 to 3 hours. First 15 minutes, every time whenever you join the session, first I will ask your MCQs. Every day I will give a 10 MCQs based on the topics, and I will help you in MCQs. I will check everyone MCQs and assignment videos. And after 15 minutes, we will go to the your daily problem solving and logic building skill. We will focus, and then after the session I will give the cues. And there is a live test also, and there is a mock interview. I forgot to put the point. Almost before going to the live interview, 4 to 5 mock interview you will attend, one-on-one with me. And once I feel you are comfortable and you are able to give the proper answers, then we will good to go with your further processing. And in mock interview, I will live immediately. I will give the feedback after the mock interview in a note point. What are the things you have to improve? Yeah, this is alert one. Yeah, we definitely remove the student based on the grading. For example, you are completing everything on time, all the assignments. So we are rating here good. And for example, someday you are not available or you are not well, we grade that average once you complete, and I will ask questions on that. That's fine. It's converted as a good. And if we can see every in the 1 and 2 week it's going to poor, so definitely we will take the action and we will remove those students from the batch. Okay. And this model is very successfully working, and people are getting a job very well. And once they, as a join in a beginner, they know very basic, but within 90 days, right? They're just we need 90 days, 6 to 8 hours per day, and after that you are in a position to get a job. That's it from my side. Any questions? So please you can ask.
All right, thank you so much, Prem. I think we'll move on to Sparsh now. But before we do that, I have one more time, just in case if you guys are not already on that WhatsApp group, please make sure to message Vishwas one more time. If somebody joined later before the introduction, like I said, it's free trial for 1 week. So just in case if you guys have joined somewhere in between, make sure to reach out to Vishwas, because after this orientation, I don't have any means to contact you. And like I said, we get a lot of queries. So please make sure, don't put it on group chat. Either send a personal message to Vishwas or, to me. And then, we will take it from there. So one more time, you see Vishwas. Just message him your email address and your phone number, your WhatsApp number, basically, because, that's where we communicate. So more importantly, your WhatsApp number, so that we'll add you there. So moving on to Sparsh. Thank you so much, Prem. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Sparsh, are we, so just moving on to Sparsh.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi all, I'm Sparsh. New open. So I will be teaching data engineering, and let me give you a brief of myself, and then I will focus on the tools and then the projects that we are going to cover in this 90 days journey. So for the past 6 years, I have trained lots of students and industry clients, and for students, they got placed in the dream jobs of data engineering, and some of them in data science also. And my interest lies in, I worked in computer vision, NLP, and all that. So before that, we have to process data, and data engineering plays a role there. Like, we receive the data, raw data from different sources, and how to place them, different types of data, and store them in warehouses and all. So in this course, we will cover that. So let me start with the topics. So these are the topics that we cover. So it's a combination of different types of tools. So for example, in databases, we will cover the RDS for MySQL, Postgres, Cassandra, and DynamoDB, MongoDB. So we will learn about the theory, like what these tools are and how they are different from the other tools, and also we will create them, and we will learn how to create them and work with them, query them in real time. Similarly, in data warehouses, we store large amount of data. So we will cover two data warehouses, Redshift and Snowflake. And then we also cover in data side data lakes. So Amazon S3 will create data lake, and also we will create something on Databricks Lakehouse. And then in orchestration pipelines, we will cover 4 pipelines: Airflow, DBT, SageMaker pipelines, and Databricks workflows. In data processing, Spark, PySpark we generally use, but now there is Amazon EMR serverless also, where we can pass our jobs for data processing in terabytes. So we will go through that. Then streaming, we cover Kafka and Kinesis. Then also we'll learn about how to create fast API, call them, and create different endpoints. And also we will go through creating a dashboard. So we will use a simple tool called Streamlit for creating dashboards and see how our end results look. So this is also interesting. Then we will also cover some topics like deployment and containerization. And for that, we will use Amazon's different tools. So one tool is ECR for storing the Docker images, ECS for hosting the Docker images, and Fargate is basically serverless Docker, and EC2 is on EC2 machines. Then AppRunner, we also deploy on AppRunner. Then we deploy using totally serverless system using Lambda. And also last stock, it's a service again. Then we will also go through CI/CD pipeline, and so we will cover. I mean, these are not exactly, but this is a combination of pipeline. Like we use CloudFormation for automatically creating the infrastructure, GitHub Actions for triggering the action, and also the code pipeline where we design the 3-4 steps. So these are the total tools that we are going to cover. And once we get to know the basics of these tools, how to create them, how to work with them, we will start working on projects where we will learn about like how to use those tools in a proper situation and use case. So these are the projects that we are going to cover. And so first one, we are going to build a data model using Postgres, and then we'll also see how to use a different database. So in this case, second one, instead of Postgres, we will use Apache Cassandra. And then we will create a warehouse on Redshift. And then we also submit our job using EMR serverless on PySpark. Then we will create a pipeline with Airflow. And then we'll create a data engineering end-to-end pipeline using all this with immigration data. Then we will also go through SageMaker end-to-end pipeline, and we will see the difference also, like manual pipeline and SageMaker pipeline. And then we will again go through some in-depth concept of Airflow. Here we will learn more about Airflow. And then again, we will use now streaming technology, and we will send some real-time events using Kafka and store them in MongoDB. So in this, we will, we will use 2-3 different servers or terminals, and one is for sending, one is for receiving, and one for storing. Then we will move to our API side. So the first one, we will build a simple API, and we will deploy on Lambda. Then again, instead of Lambda, we will see pros and cons, like why Lambda is good and bad. And then we will use our second ending point, which is AppRunner, and we will deploy our API there. Then we will use the automation using CI/CD code pipeline, and we will deploy on Fargate, which is a ECS provide Fargate, and Fargate is a Dockerless serverless container. So then we will again switch to a different side, which is dashboarding, and we will use a simple dashboard and create it and deploy it. So on deployment, we will use Elastic Beanstalk for deploying our dashboard as a service. And then we will also see how to create, in topics, you already covered RDS, but here we will see how to create RDS and pull the secrets from AWS secrets, because this service is also something required sometimes, because there are a lot of credentials which we do not want to reveal. So AWS Secrets Manager help in that. We will see how to pull the RDS secrets and also query them. Then we will build a pipeline with these are the three tools we will use. So Airflow and DBT and data expectations for validation also of the data. And then we will switch to Databricks side. And in Databricks, we will create a lake house, proper lake house, and then we will move our data from ingestion to final storage, process data storage, and we will see how to do that. And then we will, so this is for batch processing. Now we also see how to move the data in real time. So we will use Kinesis streaming for that, and we will ingest the data, store it in the bronze layer, then process it and store the final in the gold layer in S3 bucket. So in this project, we will learn about that. So these are the projects and these are the tools that we covered earlier. And now, so these are the details of first and second session in detail, like what we are going to cover. So as you know that the first one was databases. So in this one, we are covering 5 databases, and we will divide into 2 parts. So in the first part, we will learn about the theory and the pros and cons, and then we go to the practical part where we create the data and also load some sample data set and then query them to see how it works. And we will cover MySQL and DynamoDB, and the other 3 also will create during the projects. So, and then in the data warehouses, we are covering 2, Amazon and Snowflake. And then again, this one also we divide into 2 parts, theory and practical. And then we actually create clusters, and so we'll create cluster and Redshift and Snowflake both. And again, load the data in the warehouses and then query them. So these are the details of first 2 session only. Similarly, we will proceed with the session also. So this is all from my side for now. So please come with your questions.
So guys, feel free to ask any questions if you have for Sparsh, and he'll be happily answering them.
I would like to know that if I want some position as a business intelligence analyst, should I go for a data engineering course or should I go for a data analyst course?
Vishwas, you would like to take that?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Tejas, can you repeat that thing?
So if I want my career to be business intelligence engineer or business intelligence analyst, which one should I take? Like, should I go for the data analysis project or should I go for the data engineering?
Hey, Sparsh, this is Kate here. So to answer your question, actually, we can talk about this later on, but just in general, we highly recommend you to take both the classes, both the sessions, unless you're very specific, you're already somewhere, in like a mid-level career where, you are going into some niche level skill. Then in that case, probably you can pick and choose. But if you are starting, or if you're sort of, towards like between 0 to 2 years of experience, just in general, what we've seen in the market, it's best to take, it's one course, like just so that in case, if there's a confusion regarding it's one course, so it falls under same umbrella. These are not 2 different things. It's just that 2 different sessions going morning, evening, you have access to both. So it's not that you have to pick and choose, but obviously you can have preference one over the other by the end of it, if you've actually figured out, but that will only be with time and a lot of mentoring from the session, from the trainers. But like I said, it comes under same umbrella. You would have the recordings either ways.
Got it.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Sparsh. Unless we have any more questions, we can move on to the next part. Actually, we're this is open Q&A now. So now this we since we're done with the from we've heard from both the instructors here. So I would like to hear from you guys. Do you have any scenario specific questions? Also, one thing I missed out was that what if I don't get a job, right? Like you saw the contract and all everything. Now in the end of it, you go like 3 months into it and we don't get a job. So what next, right? So the thing is that if you don't get a job, like I said, you don't owe us anything. The contract, the in the first session itself, the contract, the way this contract works is you will always be paying me from your income. That's why it's called income share agreement. So let's say you get started, for whatever reason, there's a pause, a lot of things happen, certain things are out of our control, and you don't have a job or whatever it is, for whatever reason, a break or whatever it is. Then in that case, the payments are also paused. We've been doing this for a very long time. There are such genuine cases. So either ways, just by law, like, if you don't work and you provide the documentation to us, you don't owe us anything at the end of it. Also, the first session starts on Tuesday. And if you have any questions regarding the contract, regarding the payment, this is open Q&A. So guys, feel free to ask questions. And I'm also going to message I'm going to message this to everyone. This is my contact number here. So anything that's very specific to you, like I said, no personal questions here. If you would like to talk, we can always schedule 15 minutes before Sunday. You have time, and we can take it from there. So this is my number. We have, just so that we operate actually primarily from US, but our back office is in India. You already met Vishwas here. So, and this is Ketki. Aarti is when we have like more team members here, but since they were not required, we did not call them for this session. So a lot of people that you will meet in your journey with us if you decide to start. So this is my number here. It's on WhatsApp. So please WhatsApp me anything that's you can actually, I logged in through someone else's account. So just make sure that Sachin, if you see Sachin's, that's me here. This is Ketki actually. But you can message me, and can message your number. I will add you to WhatsApp group for the trial. Once again, if you just joined, please message your WhatsApp group number. In case if for whatever reason we are not in touch and you'll try to get us in touch, you will be lost in those 50 messages that we get every now and then. It'll be very difficult for us to bring you there. So make sure to message me that you're interested in data analyst bootcamp, and I will add you, and you will have everything. All the communication goes from that's the channel we use. All right. So any more questions, scenario based questions, anything that we did not cover, anything that you would like to know, please ask. Please feel free to ask.
Hi, Ketki. I have a question.
Sure. Who's this?
Shrikant.
All right. Hey, Shrikant. Yeah.
Ketki, this particular session was to simply discuss about how will you get a job and all of this. Like I already have a job and I am looking for some new roles in the field of data science or data analysis. So since it is also scenario based questions, so I'm just asking like
sure.
Like there are a lot of people who are in the same boat like me. So like how things are gonna go from here for those who already have a job and they are looking for a change or something in a different role or in a different position.
So two scenarios here. If you're looking, if you're switching from a completely different fields, obviously you start from scratch. But if you're already, like I said, you're already towards the mid-level scene, if you're already a mid-level engineer and trying to upgrade to senior, looking for a better role, whatever it is, basically, if you're trying to upgrade your skill, then in that case, we will have to have a different conversation, because we have a different program which is pretty much catered to your needs. Because if you're already working professional, this is not going to work. It has never worked for anyone who's like full-time into this. So let's talk about it. We just recently had someone who got placed, so we will also get you in touch with them and how they went about it, what the whole process will look like. So yeah, let's talk about it. I've messaged my number here, so do drop a message, and we'll go through the other parallel I wouldn't call it a boot camp. It's more like a program. So we'll talk about that, but this is primarily for this boot camp here. So drop me a message and we'll talk about it. And anybody else.
Yeah, so this particular boot camp is focused towards the F1 OPT guys, right? Like who are on F1 OPT visas in US, and they are
Anyone
looking
who's
to
a
get
fresher, not necessary. We have a lot of citizens also. So it's just to be just if you, the bottom line is, if you're a fresher, right, or if you just have 1 year of experience, you want to get better at it, so this is a starter course, right? So this is for them. So it's not we do get citizens, GC. It's a lot of people that we work with under this umbrella. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll drop you a message on number. No problem.
Sure. Drop me a message and we'll talk about it. And anybody else, if you're in a similar boat as Shrikant, I have messaged my number here. Just tell me that you're looking for advanced course, and we'll talk about it, because it's a different program altogether. And why I don't have a full answer here, because first we need to find out where exactly you stand. We evaluate where you are, and then based upon your evaluation, we provide a tailor-made program for you. So that's the reason we're not talking about it right now. Anyone else, anyone else regarding payments, regarding any scenarios? Please ask questions if you have any. Here, so he wants to say something.
Hey guys, this is Sachin here. So if you please make sure, I think the most important thing to take from here today is that your number is is in the WhatsApp group, because there is no other communication method that we use. And if you don't have any questions, and if you already are on the WhatsApp group, you can definitely start dropping off. And if you want to advance course, and also if you're looking more toward data science, this is not exactly data science course. So just so I want to be very clear, this is really not data science. This is more to data analyst and data engineering roles. Okay. Now, if you are you really want to get in data science, so please message us. We'll help you. No worries. We just helped. In fact, Sparsh was Sparsh. So we have many people that we train on separately, that we can move you from data analyst to data engineering to data science. We can do all that, but we have to first, for those kind of situations, we need to evaluate you where you are at. Okay, so we have a separate track, so make sure you contact us. We'll take care of that. Okay, but yeah, right. If you guys are already on the group, please WhatsApp group, and if you already added, you can start dropping off. If you don't have any questions, we'll start wrapping this up.
Thank you so much, Sachin. It's nice to have this one.
No worries.
Have a good one.
No worries. Also, if just one last thing, if you do have some friends, would you like to refer, please let us know. Contact. Okay. Sparsh and Prem, if you're still there, you can drop off. Sparsh, Prem, Rehan, if you're still here, please drop off. It's okay. You can continue with the day.
Thank you all.
Yes, this is Rana, and I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Sachin, let's say, as we all can see, the market situation here in United States and all over the world is pretty much unpredictable at the moment. So I hope it will be better in the future. But I don't know how the market is with the IT jobs. But let's say if we get a job through you, and we are in the job and we're making payments, and all of a sudden there is a market crash or something and we are laid off, then what happened to the payment scenario? Do we have to do the payments, or how will that work?
Sure, Rana, like I mentioned, this is ISA, which essentially means income share agreement. So if you get laid off, any, God forbid, any other situation where, there's a break, wherein you're not getting a paycheck. So let's say for whatever reason, you're not getting your paycheck, right? You're not employed. Let's say you get a job 6 months into it, boom, there is a layoff, right? So in that case, you don't pay us. Your payments go on pause. So you'll always pay us from your paycheck. So that you can be rest assured that you'll be never be wondering that, now I don't have a job, how do I pay? But let's say, unfortunately, you make your 12 payments to us, and that is also a scenario, right? Then in that case, you've already paid us, but we will do our best in our capacity to help you out, even when you're done with your payment obligations, right? So we are, like I said, we're always here to help and support. But any scenario, right? Layoff. We've never had a scenario where anyone got fired. We do very great job when it comes to training. But any other scenario, anything else that you can think of, or let's say for whatever reason, for an emergency, you have to go to India for 2 months and you don't get paid. So then your payments go on pause. So like I said, we've seen many scenarios. We're doing this, like we do this day in, day out. So there are always these scenarios. So as long as you provide documentation that, hey, this happened and, I have to go, you never have to worry about your payments. Payments will be either paused or stopped until you get a new job.
Okay, that clears a lot of things. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
All right. Thank you all. Thanks for coming.
Okay, guys, we're going to close the Zoom. If one last time, if you are not in the group, please make sure you have a message Vishwas.
So we have Roshik here. Actually, Roshik, are you still here? Oh no, he dropped off, I think. Okay.
He has messaged me, but I'm not sure if he's based in US or India.
Oh, okay.
I'm from India.
Oh, you're from India.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything at this point, Roshik.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's stay in touch. If anything changes in future, if you want to come and attend the trial, feel free to.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we can close down because whoever wants, they can have the number. They have already taken the number.
Sure. Someone, okay, yeah, I think I was just going through the chat actually if we missed out on anyone. So I think it looks good. Seems like we've covered everyone. Yeah, we can, I think, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the session. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Shall I end the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.